All right, today we are diving deep into a fascinating business case. We're going to unpack the secrets behind a digital empire that wasn't built on slick marketing, but on something, well, something a lot more real: radical authenticity. We're going to look at how one creator, Naomi Wildman, turned her passions into a seriously successful business, all while living completely on her own terms. So, you ready to see how she pulled it off? It all starts right here. This Instagram bio, it's not just a bio, it's pretty much the key to her entire brand. I mean, think about it. In just 8 words, you get this incredible mix of wanderlust, total geek culture, and this raw, unfiltered honesty. She is telling you exactly who she is, right from the jump, and that's precisely what makes her so magnetic. And that magnetic personality, well, it's built a massive following. We're talking a combined audience of over 700,000 people. So let's be clear, Naomi isn't just a creator. She's a media powerhouse. This is not a side hustle, okay? This is a full-fledged business, and it's about time we treated it that way. So how in the world did she get here? Well, it really starts with a huge shift in mindset. To really get her success, you have to see her not just as a content creator, but as a really sharp entrepreneur who's basically rewriting the rules for modern business.
You know, her story is one that so many people can relate to, right? Anyone who's ever kind of questioned the 9 to 5. She literally walked away from the security of a corporate job for the total freedom of the open road. And in doing that, she transformed her whole life into a business that actually reflects her own values.
So, what's the secret sauce here? What makes it all work? Honestly, it all comes down to her incredibly unique brand identity. Let's dig into exactly why this nerdy nature girl persona isn't just powerful, it's also incredibly profitable. Just look at this. Her niche isn't just some random category she picked, it is her superpower. By mashing together her love for the great outdoors, her deep passion for science fiction, and her focus on personal wellness, she's created a brand that is 100% uniquely her. And that fusion, that's what sets her apart and makes her almost impossible to copy. So these are the pillars, right? The things that hold up her entire brand. And every single one of them is a real part of who she is. You've got the adventurer, the diehard Trekkie, the wellness advocate, and maybe most importantly, the champion of just living an authentic life. Put them all together, and you get a brand that feels incredibly consistent and deeply personal. And that right there, that's the absolute key. Her passions aren't just for show, they are the real deal. When she's talking about Star Trek, you can tell it's coming straight from the heart. This deep-seated authenticity is the bedrock of her brand, and it's what creates such a powerful bond with her audience. Okay, so having a strong brand is one thing, but how do you actually turn that into money? Well, that is where her brilliant digital strategy comes into play. Let's break down how she has meticulously built a true multi-platform empire. Okay, check this out, because this is where her strategy really shines. She uses every single platform with a very clear, distinct purpose. You see, Instagram is for discovery, getting people in the door. TikTok is for fun and building the brand. And then OnlyFans, that's the main revenue engine. But then you have what she calls her safe-for-work platforms, like Patreon and YouTube. That's where she can connect with a totally different, broader audience. It's really a masterclass in building a complete digital ecosystem. And here it is, the core of her business model laid out plain and simple. She's serving 2 distinct audiences. Her safe-for-work, or SFW content, builds her overall brands and her reach. At the same time, her not safe for work and SFW content is what drives the vast majority of her revenue. It's a really, really smart way to appeal to a whole range of people while creating this dedicated, monetized space for her biggest supporters. You know, this revenue breakdown tells such a powerful story. Yeah, sure, subscriptions are the foundation of our business at 60%. But look at the rest of it. She is not putting all her eggs in one basket. By layering in pay-per-view, tips, and other streams, she's built a business that can pretty much weather any storm. Now that is the mark of a true entrepreneur. But here's the thing. All of these numbers, all these strategies, they would not work without one crucial, absolutely irreplaceable ingredient. It's the secret sauce that makes her entire business model possible. And that is pure, unadulterated authenticity. I mean, think about it. In a world that is just filled with carefully crafted online personas and totally manufactured backstories, Naomi stands out. So how does she do it? How does she thrive in an industry that is so often built on illusion? The answer is actually shockingly simple.
She's not faking it. Any of it. This isn't an actor playing a role. She is a real person sharing her real life. In a world of digital filters and made-up stories, that kind of raw honesty isn't just refreshing, it's a superpower. And she doesn't just talk the talk. She really walks the walk. She invests real time in connecting with her fans, on a personal level. Because for her, it's genuinely the best part of her day. That right there, that is how you build a loyal community, not just a bunch of passive followers. So if we were to give her a report card on the things that matter most in today's creator economy, she'd be at the absolute top of the class. A 10 out of 10 for authenticity, a 9 for fan engagement, a 9 for uniqueness. Her scores are just off the charts. This is the blueprint for a successful modern creator, and it's a model that is absolutely built to last. So what are the big takeaways here? What can we learn from all this? Let's break down the most important lessons from Naomi's success, the ones you can actually apply to your own business, or heck, even your own life.
Okay, on a tactical level, she's a master of smart business moves. First, she locks in predictable revenue by offering bundled deals for longer subscriptions. Smart. Second, she builds immediate trust and gets rid of that buyer's remorse by giving you free content the second you subscribe. Third, she captures the entire market by using multiple price points for different budgets. And finally, she keeps her audience moving all around her ecosystem with constant strategic cross-promotion. These are lessons any online entrepreneur should be taking notes on. But the real lessons here are even bigger than that. First, niche down. Embrace your quirks. Your unique passions are your greatest competitive advantage. Second, don't rely on a single pillar. You have to diversify your platforms and your income. Third, build a tribe, not just a following. That real connection is the ultimate currency. And finally, and this is the most important one, remember that in this new economy, you are the brand. Your genuine self can be your single greatest asset.
So it really makes you think. In an age of AI, filters, and deep fakes, Naomi's success points to a really powerful truth. Maybe the most radical, the most disruptive business strategy of all is to just be yourself. What do you think? Is authenticity the future,